Here is where I had my Trump death sign, my Trump death count sign during COVID, where I was keeping Trump track of how many deaths Trump was responsible for. At last estimation that I had it up, I think it was at 600,000. And the guy just drove for the guy from up the street, the guys that assaulted me and then took out a TRO on me and then got me arrested and put in jail for a month. Those guys came up over here about around then. So that was before the whole jail thing. They ripped my sign off the fence and threw it out. I mean, they've done nothing but illegal shit to me all the time, and they get away with it. But the police believe them for some reason because I think they have a friend in the police department. And then up there, about there is where the guy got his baseball bat out of his truck. And then about halfway up the hill, which you can barely see off in the distance, is where they did the assault, where they took my skateboard and stuff. And then over here, this is where their father started punching me into the fence. He's really old, so it wasn't painful, but it still affected me, and I have concussions and stuff that I'm still dealing with. Still haven't even gotten into what the police department did yet. But they stole my jewelry, they ripped it off my neck, and then they came in and they stole it later. And then the other guy parked his car over here in front of my auntie, so she couldn't film what was going on or report it to the police. He wouldn't let her use her phone, And then, let's see. And then there's more. I'll show you guys where I got swatted. Boy, each time made the meltdowns way worse, I gotta tell you. So this is gonna sound a little crazy, but I have this friend, she and I were very close. And the weekend she was dying, I had this really bad meltdown. And was doing a lot of screaming, and the neighbors heard it and called there's a lot of other stuff I don't want to get into online. I don't want to talk about online, but might as well talk about as much of the truth as I possibly can. So we'd gone to bed, I was sleeping, I heard a bang, 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 or something. I don't think it was a bang, bang, bang. I think it was police, and then they kicked this central support out. This is a piece of plywood I put on after it, and they kicked the screening in. They reached in and unlocked the door right here, and they came into the bedroom, and they dragged me out on my clothing, bumping my head along the ground, and they pulled me down. I don't think this step was here yet, so it was just a hard, there was a slab of wood or something here before, and I think I just went bang. Oh, there was a rock right here, so they banged my head on that concrete piece, and they banged my head over here. And then, this is about a year before George Floyd, they stood on my neck with their boots, and then the other guy took me by the hair, and he kept banging my face and the head into the pavement, spraying mace in my face. And I remember just going, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. Then they took me to jail. So I was in jail for a few days at the holding station, and no medical attention at all. But then when the neighbors lied to me, they claimed I was... Hi, girl. The neighbors lied. They claimed that I was trespassing on their property over here. So, I'll show you. I was walking. This was October 7th last year. So I was walking down this side street, which there's walking paths all back there. So I was walking down the side street, and the neighbor, apparently, the ones that got that TRO, not the meth people, but the other ones, and they claimed that I was trespassing in their house because I was walking down the street. And I guess legally part of the street is private. I don't know how that works, but they claimed I was trespassing in their house. They called the cops, and the cops and them together chased me down, got me arrested because I was a bad boy. I was in probation from dealing with mental trauma of all this crap and acting out from that. That's why I was in violation of probation because I got pissed. They kept treating me like I was 100% the problem, and yeah, I was part of the problem. I wasn't a saint, but really, if it hadn't been for being gang stalked by these people who have houses there, and I think over here and here and here, all around me, in other words, is a really super narcissistic ex who lives down that street right there. Is massively, according to what I've been able to conjecture and learn, I don't have all the receipts for all that yet, but he was massively cheating on me, lying to me constantly, gaslighting, standing me up, making me the backup option because I took care of him. But he would go out and have sex with other people. And he was doing it a lot. Fucking caused part of that meltdown too in 2018. And ever since then, he's been stalking me on the gay dating app, and he waits until dates are coming over and then he steals them from me. You know, so that's a conjecture too, but I've had some confirmation of some of that from some sources. So we'll find out how much of that is true, but I am going to find out because this shit has got to stop, you know. Neighbors are afraid to the neighbors are now afraid to bother me anymore, so I'm not worried about them. And this guy Rare, he's such a piece of shit. I wouldn't doubt if he does that with all his partners, so who knows what's going on there. I don't even want to know. I just want to move on with my life. Oh yeah, and then about halfway up this road, oh, I don't want to accidentally get my other neighbor in the shot. He's a nice dude, and I don't want him to end up on the video of this subject. So anyway, about halfway up the street, which is about 2/3 of a mile up there, I was trying to jog home one day, and the one neighbor, the guys that got the TRO, the father, the one who later punched me into my neighbor's gate over there, he was blind drunk driving his truck, and face was bright red. He was swerving all over the road. He parks his truck sideways. The road is much narrow up there. See, here it looks like a 3-lane highway. The road's really wide. But up there it narrows down to about 2 lanes, 2 very narrow lanes. So he parked his truck sideways across the road, and I was jogging here. And, you know, I'm gay, so I wear a pretty skimpy jogging outfit. Oh, they hate it when I do that. So I try to do it as often as I can to piss them off. So, because they're super homophobic. So guy starts screaming at me, faggot, 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 over and over again, won't let me pass. Keeps backing his truck up again. And I mean, this is not like one isolated incident. This is a kind of crap that used to happen daily on this street. People driving by here with nooses hanging off their mirrors. You know, people driving down, throwing things at my house. One time I was walking over here in this lane, and this is like a walking lane. People kind of use it as a walking lane because it's sort of off the side. It's part of the older road. And anyway, I heard this noise behind me. I was wearing my headphones right there at that street crossing. That's 11th Street. And I turned around, there was a minivan like right behind me. And it was, I think, one of the meth guys. And he started screaming at me. I had to run off into the bushes just like this, just like running off into the trees. And I have bad ACL. Both knees are injured from sports and surfing and skating and trail running and all that kind of stuff. And even swimming did some damage. And yeah, so right there, he's throwing crap at me through flashlights, through some other things. I have pictures of all that stuff too. I like to keep all those things, you know, can be handy. And now, because between my narcissistic piece of shit fling that I had sex with like 2 times and destroyed my life because I wouldn't keep putting up with his shit, you know. So what did he do? So he's destroyed my life and slandered me to the neighbors and the whole island and on Grindr for fucking years now. In my life here, a living fucking hell. There's people who automatically, when they see my picture, they block me now because he's spread my picture around, and I'm pretty sure. I don't have any evidence of that yet, but I can probably get it. So I know a couple of the guys on there would probably, you know, probably share those with me on Grindr. But yeah, Grindr can be really shitty too because Michael B. Jordan got assaulted on there. But yeah, so here we are back to the flood preparation. So I'm gonna try and do some more work out here. Probably gonna sickle cut across all the stones that are now hidden. You can't see them because of the grass. So I might or might not film myself doing that. I got a little chunk around my middle and I'm very self-conscious about it right now. So, especially in the gay world, having a little chunk around your middle can mean you don't get dates versus the jerk next door who doesn't have chunk around his middle and can slander you and